Hey everyone, new spontaneous live stream out and about in Germany, sitting on a bench, and this is my view. Right behind that stuff there is the river Ruhr. You might recognize that name, because I've mentioned that before as well. So yeah, just thought I'm gonna do a little spontaneous one again. Not too long, I guess, but we'll see. Hi! Name I can't pronounce, I'm sorry. How are you doing, guys? Umak Ahmed. Hi! Thanks for tuning in. Miri, hi there. Hope it's not too loud because right behind me there's the Autobahn. But this is a nice walk, like a nice little path for people here in my area. So I thought I'm gonna do this. Of course I voted today. Chicken Pommes, hi. I'm not one of those people that you have to remember to go to voting, because I do that anyway. Branislav, hi. Hi, Kevin. And Tiffany, hi there. It's 8 a.m. in the morning for me. Okay, like in Germany it's, I think, well, 5 p.m. actually. Late afternoon on a Sunday, a lovely one. Arvin, hi there. Shadow, hi. Thanks for tuning in. Carlos, hi. And cheers to Colombia from Germany. Can you hear me properly? I hope so. Gonna put it this way. Guess that's okay. 10 a.m. here. Okay. That's like a 7-hour difference. But the question is it like 7 a.m. Monday or 7 a.m. Sunday? Sound is fine. That is cool. That is cool. Alright. So I hope you guys doing fine. I'm doing fine as well. Actually, I thought about working on a new video today, like editing that again, but then again I thought, you know, it's such a good weather outside and it's Sunday. Ah, no, not today. Not today. So, by the way, don't wonder, sometimes I'm just gonna pause talking when people are crossing the way right here. That is the view I have. Pretty awesome. But it's usually awesome here, so. And as I've said before, right behind those bushes there is the Ruhr, the river Ruhr. And it's such a lovely place here. I love going out for a walk. You know, the only downside to it, I guess in a way, is like the Autobahn is right behind me, but it doesn't make much of a difference because usually I listen to music when I walk here, so works fine. Nice view, yes. I think so too. I think from what I've heard, like the weather is gonna be good up until next Wednesday, and then it's gonna get colder. Finally, like not in the sense of me longing for that, but in the sense of, well, you know, it's the beginning of the fall. Der Herbst, by the way, or autumn. What I'm doing here is pretty much Sonnenbaden, sunbathing, if you will. Really cool. Have I listened to the new Marilyn Manson music? No, actually I haven't. I saw that he dropped a new single, I think a couple of weeks ago, but I don't know about an album or something like that. Asperger, hi there, thanks for the donation. Thank you very much. So no, I haven't listened to that yet, but I will definitely do that at some point. I still have one new music review in the making, like a German one. You might know that I have a second channel on YouTube, which is called Let's Talk Musik. It's pretty much music with a K at the end instead of the C right there. And that is pretty much all about me doing music reviews in German. Album reviews and song reactions and those kinds of things, right? And there is one that is, well, still in the making, just didn't get around to film it, which is for the new The Pineapple Thief album, Versions of the Truth. Great album, by the way. Nice modern progressive rock, art rock album in the vein of Porcupine Tree, I'd say. And yeah, Anathema maybe, Riverside, those kinds of bands. And I like them anyway, so that album is great. But I'm not too familiar with Marilyn Manson's stuff anyway. Like, I know a couple of his songs, mostly singles, and I think like something like This Is the New Shit from The Matrix. I think it was on the soundtrack back in the day. But apart from that, I haven't really listened to full albums by him yet, though. I don't think. Bradley, hi there. And hi, Marilyn Manson. Nice. It's lovely to see some sun and nature. My state is on fire and the smoke is thick. Yeah. Feelings go out to you guys. Hope it's gonna get better very soon. I feel you. And I'm with you. So best wishes go out to you guys suffering from those kinds of things right now. Yeah. So, which album is it? Like, is it like his 10th album by Marilyn Manson or so? I don't know, actually. Not too familiar with his stuff. Like, I know that he, like Antichrist Superstar is one of his biggest ones, I think, and Hollywood, or is it Hollywood actually, I think. It's like a little pun. So, yeah. I don't know, actually. There are so many great albums this year, though. Like, the new John Petrucci album, Terminal Velocity, is really awesome. Yeah, 11th. Okay, so I was close. Terminal Velocity by John Petrucci is really cool. What else have we got? Nightwish, Human Nature, really cool. Seether, the new album, Si vis pacem parabellum. If you want peace, prepare for war, pretty much translated loosely. I love Seether anyway, great band. What else have we got? Seether, Biffy Cairo, of course, Celebration of Endings, great album, really enjoying that. And it's also growing on me, like when I listened to it for the first time, it was like a 7 out of 10. Wasn't too impressed by it, but the more I listened to the songs, the more they grew on me, and now I would say it's like, yeah, 8.5 maybe. Maybe even a 9 out of 10, but yeah, 8.5 definitely. So highly recommended stuff as well. If you like alternative rock and those kinds of things, you know, can't go wrong with those. Gustavo, hi there. Hello from Brazil, he says. Hello from Germany. I don't remember what number this album is. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna check that out definitely in the next couple of days, I think, and gonna looking forward to that, because from what I've heard, like as I've said before, I just know a couple of Marilyn Manson songs, a few of them, but the ones that I know, they are pretty cool. So we'll see. We'll see about that. I don't know which country you're talking about, but definitely not Germany, so go and fuck off. Bye.
Yoo-hoo.
Hi. Some friends walking along. So, it's actually getting pretty hot in here in the sun. Who would have thought? But it's pretty warming and cool nonetheless. Some impressions. Lamet, hi! Wie geht's? How are you doing? He's asking. I'm doing fine, actually. I mean, Sundays are always, you know, week's over, and Monday is approaching, but still, thoroughly enjoy them. And just in general, like generally speaking, also pretty cool. Your life must rock. Hi there. Well, yes, it is. Hope you are doing too. Doing good too. That is. So I don't know how long I'm gonna sit here, because it's getting really warm on the face. Seether does have some new songs. Yeah, they also have a new album which is out. Si vis pacem parabellum, it's called, which is Latin for if you want peace, prepare for war. And it's a really, really cool album. Especially, like, there are many great songs on that one, but especially the very last one, which is The Only Ballad, Written in Stone. Such a great track. Wow. One of the best Seether songs of all time, I think. Avoid the sun. Thanks for the donation. Or the super chat, which is practically like, you know, a donation, but still, yeah. I think I'm gonna start walking again. Might be a bit more shaky, but still. So you're also gonna see something from the world, like a little bit trees and stuff and bushes and grass and, you know. But anyway. So as I've said before, Written in Stone, great song. Check that one out. That is really, really cool. As are the other ones. Ich erst und ich erst. Breaking Benjamin, yeah, would be really cool to get some new music from them. But you know, the last album, I think they released that in 2018, like proper album. There was like this Aurora project album, which is pretty much stripped down versions of their songs, and that was pretty cool as well. But still, I prefer the ordinary studio albums usually. So. But still, like Breaking Benjamin, also one of my favorite bands, personally. Professor Lörres, hi! Have you heard the new Harry podcast? Yes, I have, of course. You're from the Sauerland. Yes, that is true. If you haven't, you gotta make a video about that to show there's more to Germany than Berlin and Bavaria. Not sure right now if you haven't already. I actually have. I think I've made like 2 vlogs in the past so far. One was filmed in a copper mine, an abandoned copper mine, and the other one was when we went hiking right here. Not right here, but you know, in the Sauerland region, with a couple of my friends, including a Germanized, and that was awesome. As awesome as this smooth area and surroundings right here. Really, really beautiful. Love it. One time, actually, I think I've also mentioned that in a previous Lonely Walk in Germany live stream, but at one time I actually went out for a walk here. I think it was around like 7 p.m. Like maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and I came across this way right here, this region, and I was really surprised because I saw something like floating in the water, but pretty much, you know, against the was it again the flow, against the flow. It was pretty much swimming against the flow, even though it looked like a piece of wood or something like that. So I was really confused. And then when I approached it, like I got closer to it, I saw, okay, it's a beaver. Really cool, like a little beaver just floating across here, swimming in that direction. And I thought, okay, well, that is cool. I tried to take some photos, but apparently I was too shaky or like too slow, or pretty much both at the same time. And I have never ever seen it again here after that. So, and now, like every time I'm walking here, I'm actually looking out for it and want to see if it reappears at some point, but it doesn't. So far, at least. So maybe at some point I'm gonna be able to take some proper beaver photos. We'll see. But do you still mean the Harry podcast, Professor Lörres, or do you mean something else? Harry Potter audiobooks? But they're like Cold Mirror's Harry Potter synchro, like dubbing is really cool. That is true. Cold Mirror is a German YouTuber who became famous for redubbing Harry Potter in a really humorous way, by the way. And she was one of the first big female German YouTubers, I think, back in the day, like around 2007, 2008, around that time. When I went to school, still. And she's still going strong to this day. Hey Dave, kannst du uns über deine Erfahrung mit D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, erzählen? Can you tell us something about your experience with playing Dungeons and Dragons? Well, I can only say something from the perspective of a player as opposed to the master, like the person mastering and leading the game, because in our case, like in our group, that is Vuko, aka Get Germanized, who's doing that. So I can't really say anything about that part of it, but I'm playing a bard, and it is much fun actually. Sometimes at first it was a bit confusing for me to get all these like rules and how the game works, the structures right, and my spells and what I can do with them, and when it's like wise to use spell A and when it's wiser to use spell B, and those kinds of things. That actually took some time for me to figure out, but by now, like, I've been playing for a couple of months now, and it has gotten much easier and much more enjoyable therefore as well, because I don't have to overthink too much about those kinds of things anymore. Of course, I have to be careful and I have to think logically, and structurally when to use what and when to save like an action for later, or like a spell slot, for instance, because you can't use spells indefinitely. Of course, you have like a little limited amount per round, pretty much per long rest, to put that in very short words. But yeah, but it's much fun, definitely much fun. And I can only recommend that. Playing D&D is really cool. But it also depends on the campaign you're playing, because some campaigns can be pretty much a campaign in the ass. Well, pretty tough, pretty difficult, and pretty complex. Like the one we're playing is Curse of Strahd for Dungeons and Dragons 5e, and that is really, really cool, but still challenging and really tough at times, but cool. It's even more rewarding when you actually fought back and defeated an enemy, and that is really, really cool. She created new Harry Potter stories. In one of them, Dumbledore sold Harry to Voldemort on eBay. Okay. Okay. That definitely sounds like Cold Mirror. Very cool. Derek, hi there. Thanks for tuning in. Guten Abend aus den USA. 11:30 a.m. So here it's close to, what is it? 5:30 p.m. Love it. Oh, I think there's another bench where I could sit down for a moment. And that one is suited much better because it's in the shadows. In the shadows. Asperger, thank you very much. Have you been busy lately? I'm always busy, pretty much. Look at the water. Yes, it is. It is awesome. Oh, can you see it right there? The sparkling effect and reflection on the water through the woods. That is really, really beautiful. I've always enjoyed those. So, is that a beaver? No, it's ducks actually. Yeah, there are also many ducks right here. So, to answer your question, have you been busy lately? See, that is that is a good question, because in some ways I'm always busy. If it's like my usual work, or if it's like work for YouTube, which in a way I don't really consider work. So it isn't like a bad thing for me at all. Quite the opposite. It's fun to edit videos, to film videos, and those kinds of things. So I don't consider that work necessarily in the traditional sense of the word. And apart from that, you know, there are also some other things that I'm doing every now and then, and even some things that I haven't done in quite a while, but that I still want to do again. And one of those things is streaming games, like me playing games and me recording a let's play on Twitch, for instance. And I intend to start doing that again after a break that I took now soon, maybe next week even. The problem is that I'm playing Far Cry 3 at the moment, and it keeps crashing every now and then. I don't know why, which is a pity, but we'll see. Like a workmate of mine actually said, okay, it might have to do with the game being like the dubbing being in German and the subtitles being in German too, and that might cause it to crash for some reason. I don't know if that is accurate or not. We'll see. But yeah, that is something that I want to do again every few days at least. And I also want to re-edit the novel that I've written a couple of years ago, and you know, then I went into pre-production phase, and at some point I just stopped working on it because, you know, YouTube became more of a thing in my life and those kinds of things, you know, other stuff that took over as a main activity of mine. And now I thought about, like, yeah, really finally working on that again so that I can finally publish it at some point. We'll see. Thanks for tuning in, Adam. Have a nice day. That's a Kraken. I don't think so. I was gonna see Rammstein this year, but I gotta wait till next year. Lucky you, because I haven't really gotten any Rammstein tickets in my life yet. I'm one of the unlucky ones. Never managed to get Rammstein tickets so far. So I sort of envy you guys, you can say. You have mosquitoes. I mean, there are mosquitoes in Germany too, and especially like bees and wasps and those kinds of insects flying around still. Caro Santa, hi there. I watched your video about American football rules and felt my brain melted. Yeah, same here. Never got into that game. I don't know. It is interesting, definitely, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna be like really getting into that, because I'm not the biggest sports kind of guy anyway, but I'm interested in those kinds of things from a structure point of view, like how those games work. I mean, I don't dislike football, soccer, but American football, I don't know. Never had any touch points with that so far in my life. Never watched the Super Bowl and those kinds of things. It's not a big thing in Germany anyway, comparatively. I've been playing Far Cry 5 with German subs on. It's really helpful. I think so too, yeah. And I think in Far Cry 6 there's gonna be Giancarlo Esposito, the person who portrayed Gustavo Fring in Breaking Bad. And those shows, he's gonna be the villain, which I'm really looking forward to, because I really enjoyed his acting a lot. Really talented guy, I think. It's so cool. Which language will your novel be in? In German. It will be in German. Commander Thorn, that is no problem at all. Thanks for tuning in. Hi there from Germany. going to the US could greatly improve your English language. Yeah, probably. But gotta be honest, if I ever went to the US, which I intend to do at some point, I wouldn't do that necessarily for language learning purposes, because I think I can get around in English quite well. Of course, it's not perfect, but that's my intention anyway. But yeah. But I agree, it definitely, like, going to a foreign country, whether it's America, like the USA, or whether it's Germany or any other kind of country with a different language than yours, like your native tongue, your mother tongue, that definitely, and staying there for quite a while, that definitely helps improving your language skills in that language, that second one. Definitely. No doubt about that. So that's always helpful. I'm one of the unlucky ones too. They came in 2009 and I was too little to go and too poor. It was sad. I'm still processing it. Yeah. So, like, the other day, I actually thought about, like, all the bands that I've seen live so far, and I came to the conclusion that I've actually seen the vast majority of bands that I really like and that I really would want to see live. I already saw them live by now. From Tool to Steven Wilson to Opeth to Nightwish to Die Ärzte to, I don't know, the Foo Fighters, and many other bands, Jethro Tull / Ian Anderson. I can't complain. I really can't complain. But there are still a couple of those left that I really wanted to see live in the future. And one of them is Rammstein, of course. Another one might be Metallica. Wouldn't say no to that. And of course there are, like, bands that I would really love to see live, but that I can't see live anymore out of different reasons. So, for instance, Nirvana. I guess maybe at some point, I don't think they will approve of that and they won't do that, but technically speaking, they could do, like, holographic concerts with Kurt Cobain and stuff, but I don't think the way that I actually, would evaluate and would think Dave Grohl and, like, Chris Novoselic, they wouldn't agree to do that. I don't think so. No. That is not their cup of tea, and I wouldn't need that anyway. It's not the real experience. Another band that I would have wanted to see live was Porcupine Tree, but of course the band isn't together anymore, or, like, it's on indefinite hiatus, as people like to put it. They're not disbanded, like, officially. Steven Wilson said something along the lines of, that band doesn't exist anymore, but he doesn't rule out getting back together, so somewhere in between two chairs, pretty much. But I would really love to see Porcupine Tree live. I've seen Steven Wilson play live many times. Great guy. When you love progressive rock and progressive metal, art rock, those kinds of things, sophisticated rock music, there's no way around Steven Wilson, I don't think, and for a good reason. So yeah. Greetings from Scotland, Freya. Hi there. Thanks for tuning in. Haley Michelle, your accent is beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I can't actually say anything about that because I can't judge my accent and what is it like. Like, is it similar to, like, a certain accent that exists in other parts of the world, and certain, ways of speaking English and those kinds of things. I don't know. Not too sure about that, but yeah. Your English is better than a lot of Americans. I don't know if that is the case, but thanks for the compliment, though. Something that I keep noticing on, like, social media and YouTube that always annoys the heck out of me when I read it, And I don't know, like, if people do it on purpose or if they just don't know the difference and they don't know how to do it right. When they actually spell should of instead of should have or should have, the short form. And then instead of that, they actually spell like something like should and of, OF, which is so ridiculous and stupid. I don't get it. What is it, like, funny to people that, I just don't get it. And I mean, it's not like triggering me a whole lot when I read it, but those kinds of things is when I wonder, okay, do people not know how to use their own language, or do they not care about using it the right way, or what is going on? Maybe you can actually tell me a bit more about that. They are ignorant of the grammar and syntax, but is it like, do they know how to do it the right way and they just don't want to do it? Or yeah, are they really uneducated and they don't know how to do it right? That is what I'm asking myself. Or maybe it's a mixture of both, I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, the should have and should off split, I guess people learn that in school, like how to use it correctly. So I don't really get why they keep messing that up, right? And that is not to say that, I don't say that from a like I'm holier than thou perspective, like I know every grammar detail and those kinds of things. That is not the point. But sometimes, it's those basic things and those recurring structures people tend to get wrong, and I'm really wondering about that, why that is. Or maybe they just don't care because, it's just the internet, I don't have to care about grammar and those kinds of things, which I think is a bullshit argument. But yeah. Because grammar doesn't differentiate between whether you're spelling something on the internet or you're writing down something on a piece of paper. It's no different. Not a difference. I mean, the context might be different, but still. Do you listen to Zido? No. Not my cup of tea, sorry. Should have. I mean, from the sound of it, when people verbalize it, should have. But still, like the at the end of should have doesn't sound like should off, like should off, should have. I think there's still like a phonetic difference. So I don't know. I just have a hard time to really get why people get that wrong. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But anyway, not my problem in that sense. But I don't know. The other thing is, maybe I just started noticing that recently, like a couple of months ago. But I think that is a comparatively new phenomenon, isn't it? On the internet, on like YouTube comments and in the comment section, on social media in general. Because I don't think that I've really read that even a few years ago to that extent. To me, it seems to be like a sort of new phenomenon, but I don't know. Yeah, I know, Shadow, but like should off, when people spell it like that, like two words, not should have, but should off, with that preposition of, which doesn't have anything to do with should. The fuck? I don't know. I'm not into rap music much, but Zido has some cool songs. His newer songs are okay, but I don't know. still not the biggest fan of his songs. The lyricism isn't that great most of the time, I don't think, in comparison to other artists that I like, which actually also have German songs, for instance. And I don't know. And his earlier stuff it's just not my cup of tea at all, because that is really like, oh, gangster rap and I'm the coolest and hardest, you know, I'm the pimp and those kinds of, like, that kind of bullshit. I'm not into that at all. So his earlier stuff, nothing for me. Do people outside Berlin actually actively dislike Berliners? A lot of southern Germans seem to love to hate on Berlin, but I don't know. Stuttgart and München seem okay, but boring, to be honest. I don't actually know, because I'm not from Berlin, but I mean, there are some rivalries when it comes to certain cities, you know, but I think most of the time it is meant in a funny, humorous way instead of a serious way, but I don't know. But that being said, Bavaria is a special case, though, because most Bavarians that I know or that I've heard of actually, well, say something like, you know, it really is, we are the best, and, you know, Bavaria first, and those kinds of things, you know, in that vein. And yeah, that's always a bit annoying, but if that is what they want to do in order to get satisfaction in life, so be it. I don't care. But this holier than thou, and I'm better, like, this German state is better than that German state, and we are better, like, in the south, better than people in northern Germany, and West Germany against East Germany, and it's so, you know, why? I mean, I get why it is like, or it was West Germany against East Germany, of course, for historic reasons. The GDR and the Federal Republic of Germany, you know, two different systems, two different kinds of Germany up until 1990. So historically, I get why that is, like, West versus East, and there are differences in the mentality of people, I'd say, here and there, because they were socialized differently for the most part. So of course there are differences, but sometimes it's just made up rivalry. I don't know. I don't need that bullshit. Sorry. I'm too old for that. I'm not a fan of this rivalry, even if it's just, like, meant in a funny way. You know, same old. I mean, I don't really have a comparison because I've never been to southern Germany yet, like, really. Yeah, new metal, nice. Could have been POD maybe, I don't know. Like, I've been to Rock am Ring, which is sort of in southern Germany, but still, some nice music there listening to, actually. Nice. And two teenagers, actually, two teens, like 16 maybe or 17, listening to heavy music. I approve. Yes, I approve. And but I like people from northern Germany because they have a really distinct way of, like, a really distinct mentality, I'd say. Some people might dislike that mentality because they might see it as something like cold or distant comparatively, but I have actually many friends in northern Germany, and I like those people and the way they speak German as well. I really like that. When they speak something like Plattdeutsch or Low German, that is like a different, I mean, some linguists say it's actually a different German language, like structure-wise, because it's not just a different dialect, it's pretty much almost a different type of German. And I do get why they think that, but yeah. And Low German, for maybe the most part, also has some similarities to English words. For instance, in Low German you might have a term like Apfel, which is very similar to the English apple. And in High German, the standard German we're speaking nowadays, in Germany at least, it's der Apfel. So still similar, but there you have like the PF combination in Apfel, whereas in Low German there is no PF. There is no zweite Lautverschiebung, that is the technical term, which pretty much means like P turned to PF from Low to High German, which is one example. There are many more. And yeah, so things keep evolving, which is really interesting, linguistically speaking. Really cool. But enough German grammar history for now. My 10, 8 and 6-year-old grandkids are learning German. Freya, greetings to your grandkids and to your family, and keep learning. It might be tough at times, but it's even more rewarding when you really reach a goal and you really have that moment of understanding something for the first time, like fully, and being able to use it actively. That is so rewarding and such a cool moment to be in and to experience. And greetings to all you guys, of course, and all your families, family members, friends who are learning German and who might even be watching my channel as well. I can't thank you enough, honestly, from the bottom of my German heart. By the way, old Tool shirt is old. Just listen to the new Tool album, or like the recent one, Ferinoculum again. Such a cool album, such a cool band. And that was one of my favorite concerts so far as well. Tool, live at Rock am Ring last year, 2019. Wow, such a great concert. Such a great concert. What is kinky again? Yeah, I wonder as well. What is it there again? Kinky. Don't know. Most Scots find German much easier to understand and speak than other European languages. Interesting. Okay, that is interesting. By the way, I really love Scottish English, and the sound of it, the sound of it. Pretty much, I can't really say that, but that was just like my impersonation of someone speaking Scottish. I really love the sound of that. Especially, for instance, when I really enjoy watching interviews by artists that I love, like musicians. And as you might know, Biffy Cairo are from Scotland, and when they give interviews, and Simon Neil, the singer, gives interviews, he's like speaking in a very Scottish way. Same is true for Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull, pretty much. He also has adopted like a Scottish accent in a way over the years. And I really like that, the sound of it. I'm still shocked about Invincible. I actually saw them play that live. Yeah, that was awesome. And all like with all the lasers, and like the whole show was really cool. I was a bit worried actually when they played live at Rock am Ring last year, because it was pretty windy and I was like in maybe 7th or 8th row, like pretty much to the left of the stage, and it was so windy, and like above Danny Carey, the drummer, there was like this pentagram hanging, and it was really like shaking back and forth because of the wind. And I hope that, okay, hopefully it doesn't crash and fall down, because it would have buried him, and it might have hurt quite a lot, but it didn't. So lucky Danny, lucky us. And thank you, Dave. Your Learn German videos have been a great help while I learn German. That is awesome. Do you listen to The Cure? I like The Cure, definitely, but I don't really know whole albums by them either, like, yet. But all the songs that I know, I really enjoy. Especially like also like really old songs. A Forest, for instance, is great. The atmosphere in that song is so haunting and dark and mysterious. Such a great song. And the guitar sound, I really like the guitar sound in The Cure. Really cool. And I know that the Gorillaz have released a new song with Robert Smith, who is the singer in The Cure, just recently, a couple of days ago, which, you know, somewhat reminded me of David Bowie, even sound-wise. A pretty cool song, yet not as like directly approachable maybe to some people, not as directly like in terms of melodics and melody. So yeah, Gorillaz have released a new song featuring Robert Smith. What is it called again? I think it was just released like on Friday, like yesterday or the day before yesterday, I don't know, a couple of days ago. Not too long though. Really, really cool. Where I am in Scotland, we say apple, in a very similar way to northern Germany. Apple. Do the Swiss speak Hochdeutsch in the Swiss-German region, like for school or work? I really want to visit the Schweiz. Might be ironic considering I just said I appreciate North German mentality. I don't really know for sure because I'm no Swiss-German guy. But I think they are actually speaking Swiss-German as opposed to standard German in school and stuff. And to many Germans, like, Swiss German sounds really funny, and sometimes, depending on how thick the sound is and how fast people speak, Germans might actually have a hard time understanding Swiss German. It's really true. Really, really true. But I like the sound of it as well. Dustin Turner, hi there. Thanks for tuning in. How are you doing, Dustin? Have you heard of the Scottish band King? No. Never heard of them. Just scrolling through your chat comments right here. I agree with you regarding rivalry between regions. Each area has its own positives and negatives, but there's no need for rivalry. Yeah, sometimes I wonder if people just, like, you know, they they just want to have a rivalry for the sake of being against someone else, I don't know, and feel superior. Maybe it's like a psychological thing to some person, like some regions and some people living there, some citizens, I don't know, so that they can feel better and superior, and they can say, okay, you know, we are better than that region, and blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, if that makes you happy. If that actually fulfills you throughout your whole entire life, congrats. Wow. Sorry, I don't know, I'm too old for that kind of stuff. You know, I personally don't care if someone is from East Germany or West Germany, Northern Germany, or like even the middle of Germany as well, Southern Germany. You know, I just don't care. I care about whether that person is nice, whether they are friendly, and whether they are humorous, they have a great character, and you can get along with them. They might have like similar interests than you have, you know, those kinds of things. And I just don't care if they are from that region or that town. I'm not that superficial, I guess. Maybe that sums it up. I don't know. How are theaters and movie theaters dealing with COVID in Germany now? Here in Rio de Janeiro, they will be reopening tomorrow with 50% of capacity, but I don't feel comfortable yet. Yeah. They have reopened actually, and I, in fact, have just been to the movies for the first time in half a year last Thursday when I watched Tenet with my dad. Great movie, by the way. Awesome. It's funny, some people criticize Tenet for a weak character development, but I just don't see that and I can't accept that as like a proper criticism about the movie, because the way the movie is structured and the characters, the main character doesn't even have a name. You know, it's not about character development at all. So that is no valid point of criticism, in my opinion. And like, just the story is cool, the effects are cool. Not shot with CGI, by the way. Really cool. And wow, I was blown away by that. I would really like to watch that again, in fact, but I don't know if I'm gonna have the opportunity to do that, because I don't think my friends have time, or they don't want to watch that. I don't know. Wow. The fuck? Wow. Thank you very much, Asperger. Thank you very much. Wow. That is... wow. Wow. Makes me speechless. Wow. Thank you. And thanks for tuning in. So Tenet, highly recommended. If you like Christopher Nolan and his movies, you're also gonna like Tenet. Even though, I mean, it is complex and it might be difficult to understand everything right away, but it's so rewarding. And the soundtrack is really, really, really powerful. The whole like sceneries and views that you have, the locations, they filmed something really impressive. Highly recommended. If you can see it in the movies, if you're able to go there, go watch it in the movies, because it is so cinematic and it really works well on a big screen. So, and I mean, you're also doing your movie theaters and cinemas a favor when you really go watch movies there again, because, you know, of course they couldn't earn as much money in the past couple of months and stuff, but you know, so everyone who's actually watching some movies there now, they're really helpful to all the cinemas and movie theaters and people that own them and run them. So yeah. Dave, have you heard of Sabaton or Sonata Arctica or Samael? I've heard of all those bands, but the only one I'm sort of familiar with is Sonata Arctica. What was it? Reckoning? Was it Reckoning Day or Reckoning Night? I think Reckoning Day, right? Their 2004 album is one of my favorite albums, actually. Really, really cool. I'm not the biggest fan of their newer stuff yet, like the more, even though it's interesting, it should actually appeal more to me because it's more proggy. and less power metal-ish, but I might just have to listen to it more. Maybe that is the thing that I have to do. And another thing that I'm gonna do now, because I'm gonna be 1 hour into the stream right now, and my battery is running low, by the way, I'm gonna end the stream here. So this was another spontaneous stream. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'm gonna be back soon. Probably also, like, I want to keep doing these out and about live streams every now and then. Maybe we'll see in the future, if it's possible, if I have a place to do those, you know, properly. For instance, on a Sunday it's easier than during the week, of course, because there are more people coming by, and on a Sunday it's the best for me. But I'm also gonna do some stationary live streams, like from at home as well, soonish, hopefully, at some point. I don't know when, but I also wanna do those again. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this live stream. Hope you're gonna have a good rest of the Sunday, and a great new week. New videos coming soon. Working on one right now, and gonna work on others soon as well. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna give away too much yet, I don't think. But thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this one. Have a great day. Have a great morning, afternoon, noon, evening, night, whatever, everything. See you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye bye. And cheers from Germany. Tschüss.